Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can access your school administrator or district administrator Studies Weekly account. So Studies Weekly is our new elementary social studies resource, and I set up accounts manually for those of you who are UDL facilitators, instructional coaches, and those of you who are administrators at the buildings. So because you do not technically have a social studies class in Power School, which is what we use to set up accounts, you don't have access, but that doesn't mean you don't have to. So we made manual accounts for you so you could go in and access for training demo purposes, for supporting teachers and whatnot. But because your accounts aren't created through our usual processes, because you don't have a social studies class, you're going to go about accessing your account a little bit differently than what all of the other teachers are going to. So all of the general education teachers who teach social studies to their grade levels have an It's Learning page that has Studies Weekly linked here. And if you click this and you try to sign in like they do, you will get an error message. So it might look something like this, where it says, or it says your account can't be logged in. And that's because you're not set up in a Google single sign-on way like the rest of them. So what you should do is go to studiesweekly.com, and you're going to have to do a little bit more of a manual typing in process. So when you get to studiesweekly.com, you'll go to onlinestudiesweekly.com, and I'm actually going to sign out so I can show you that a little bit easier. And I'm going to sign out again because I was impersonating teacher account, so my apologies on that. So that's something fun. But you can do online.studiesweekly.com, and you're just going to manually type in your information. If you're wondering what your information is, you should have gotten an email from Studies Weekly saying that account has been manually created for you. And the way to go about accessing your account is in that email from Studies Weekly. Otherwise, what you're going to do is use your email, that's your username, and then your password. If you don't get the email from Studies Weekly, you can just do forgot password, and it can send you through that step to create it yourself. But it's going to be one that you make. So it's not going to be syncing with other systems. So just know that if this is an off the wall password, it won't update with your other ones. Just know that this is a different one. So for mine, it is significantly different than some of my other lengthy passwords. But I'm just going to click sign in. You won't be able to log in with any of the Google or Clever or other buttons you see there. It's all pretty much typing it in, and that's just for district admins. Students will use the usual route. So when I'm in here, I have a district admin account. If you are someone who is in multiple buildings, like if you're a UDL facilitator and you're split across buildings, Studies Weekly is a little limited in that it can't assign you to more than one building. So I had to give you either no buildings or all of the buildings in the district. So I gave all facilitators that are assigned to more than one building, I gave you district level access so you can generate reports for both your buildings if you would like. If you're an UDL facilitator or an instructional coach that works at one building, then I only gave you your building's access. And same for school administrators. So this is what you kind of see on your side of things. You should never really need to go into this rostering tab just because we do that, and messing with this could mess up some of our systems. But if you're ever wondering what the teachers see, you can technically impersonate a teacher account to kind of troubleshoot and see what they see. Although you do get a lot of that view here when you're on your district level side. So if you're wondering how to impersonate a teacher account, I can find the teacher's name here, and then I can do login as, and I can see what this teacher sees in her system. I think that's technically the same thing for students as well. I can go in here and log in as a student to see their experience. That's kind of helpful if you're making guides. But other things that are helpful are over here on the other buttons here. So we're on the district tab right now. Usage report is how you can generate reports. There's not a whole lot there because we haven't really rolled this out to everyone. But if you click account, this is your kind of playground in your place. So if you notice on mine, I have a class that's made here. The first time that you sign in, you will not have any classes that are made. Benefits of making a class: if you are someone who works with teachers quite a bit, it is helpful if you can kind of check out and see the teacher materials. As someone with a special admin account on Studies Weekly, you will not have teacher materials available to you right away until you make a fake class or a sample class. So I'm going to walk you through how you can do that. After you make a sample class, you can access any and all of the grade level content. You can kind of get that teacher look, and that might help answer some of your questions. So when I'm here on my account, what I need to do first is make a class so I can access all of the wonderful Studies Weekly content. So I'll click classes. There's a little plus button up here, and I'm just going to create a classroom. You pick an icon, you can name it. You can pick your grade level if you would like. Let's do 6th grade this time. Pick your subjects, which is social studies. My start and school date, that's fine. I'll just leave that the way it is. And then I'll click continue. So I am purely making this class for training purposes so I can access content. So I'm not going to go through and be super specific on some of these things, but I am going to select what grade level pieces I would like. Technically, the only way for you to access materials is to select the publication that you want that goes with your grade level. If you want to have access to all of them, you can select every single one if you would like. Otherwise, I'm just going to click the 6th grade one because I was pretending like this was a 6th grade class. Scroll down and click continue. All right, and then it's telling me to add students. So because this is a sample class and I'm just making this so I can get access to content, I don't really need students. You can just skip this. You don't have to type anyone's names. You can just click create classroom. And there we go. So I have this set up and I can add my publication. So I made my class, can add my publication, and I will be all set to go from there. So that's just a helpful thing to know here is for you to have access to these pieces, you really need to go through the process of doing this. So that's bizarre. It's not showing. Oh, there we go. It just took a second to populate. There we go. Now we have a publication because we clicked that. All right. So have my content there. I can access it now. And I can even go through and see all of the different assignments and build fake assignments on here if I need to. So that's just a helpful piece as a district administrator, someone with a special or even a school administrator account here. You have access to this content. You just have to get through it through a little bit more manual way, but you should be able to get what you need. So if you have any questions, please enter 8360 or let me know. And thank you for watching.